We're talking about, would you go on Love Is Blind or
The Bachelor, like one of the dating shows.
One of those dating online, not online, but dating shows that be shown on TV. Reality dating shows, I guess. Isn't that what you call them?
Yeah, reality dating.
What do you like about those shows, first of all?
I think it's interesting. You see a lot of personalities. A lot of people, some of them are crazy. A lot of times, yes, it is for TV.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have to do, they have to make it entertaining in order for you to watch. And some of it is sweet. Some of it, of course, you love the drama about it. It leaves the suspense of it all. About what happens next episode.
Well, they film all that within a short amount of time span. They just slice it.
Right.
They cut up the episodes. Cause some of the stuff that's been happen within like a 12-hour period, they can turn it into like 3 episodes or whatever. So, me in particular, watch those shows like that. I never have. It never like.
You never watched like Flavor of Love?
I don't like looking at Flavor Flav in general.
Flavor of Love was hilarious.
That was the one that started it all, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. Like, I knew about it, but I didn't watch it. I couldn't
Really?
watch Flavor Flav. Man, look at the dude. I'm like, come on.
I'm not saying he wasn't, like, he's not a nice looking dude, but, like, no offense to Flavor Flav, but, like, it was just so entertaining.
I'm sure it was. And then there was the other, what is it, Shawn Michaels or something with Beefcake or something? Or something
Heartbreak,
yeah.
Heartbreak something, yeah.
I just don't like those shows or whatever.
Really?
Because based off what they are. To me, like, it's TV. It's not real.
Yeah, it's reality TV. Of course, it's
even
gonna be.
reality TV is not real.
I know.
It's scripted. People.
Yes,
don't
I know, but I'm saying it's just the entertainment of it all. Like, if you like this type of shows,
like if people showed reality, like for real reality, you don't always have stuff just popping off every minute and stuff like that.
Were they fighting?
Yeah. That's not reality. Reality is that there's a lot of boring dead time or whatever. But to me, I wouldn't be able to trust nobody's intentions. But so if I went on a show like that, right? If I was the person that they were pursuing, I wouldn't trust none of them.
Really?
Yeah.
I get that. Because you want to know if they're actually for you or is it just for TV?
Yeah, and a lot of them, they'll play and, act like they're for the person, and then they'll get their notoriety and shine because they want their 15 minutes of fame. And then you're stuck with, or not even stuck with, you go through the emotions of this roller coaster because the producers behind the scenes, and if y'all don't know this, in TV land, producers are they're crafty. Not all of them, but for some of these shows, they go behind the scenes or whatever, and they coach people like before they get to the camera. They like basically are teaching them or guiding them how to interact with the scene and stuff like that. They're directing them.
Yeah.
Nobody really, like, they don't film that or whatever. Like, you seen the little baddies?
Baddies. They used to be my show. I don't watch it anymore, but they used to be my show.
Yeah, so I saw that or whatever on the Zeus Network, and you can see where even the white chick, I can't remember her name, but she was a co-producer as well. So they have to have producers meetings. They all run with a theme, whatever their theme is.
Baddies.
And like, as far as they make people out to be an antagonist, they make people out to be a hero. They make some people out to be dumb. They make some people out to be like smart, or whatever the case may be. They pick how they want the person to be perceived, regardless of who that person is,
right? And
what they really are. Like, someone could be a good person, but they make them to be bad, or they could be bad and they make them to be good, and they sell them as, like, a hero, or trauma story, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They be slicing together stuff as far as the editing process. Like I said, they be having meetings.
Well, even if that's the case, like, you so overall you wouldn't be on those shows. I actually would. Like, Love Is Blind. Okay, so Love Is Blind. You've seen Love Is Blind, right?
Yeah, where you don't know the person.
Like, you don't know what they look like. Okay, so if you went on there, you didn't know what they looked like. You just base off of their personality. You, like, just to get to know them as for who they are as a person, not what they're looking like. You wouldn't be on that show.
No, because if she come around the corner, she look like a little slob or whatever. But that's it.
Well,
it's a wrap. I'm walking off.
Wait, well, no, because they're obviously they pick people who are, you know, pleasing to the eye, whatever. But just to get to know someone, never seen them before, just personality only.
I get that. You can have.
That's kind of like online dating.
Yeah, online dating, you get to see profiles and pictures.
Yes,
and stuff.
But you don't know.
Even though there is catfishing.
They're catfishing.
Yeah.
You don't know.
No, you don't know. That's why you meet them in person.
Right. So that's kind of like the same thing.
I just don't trust the show around love.
Yeah.
Nothing. I don't trust anything around love when it's like televised in that particular type of manner.
I would be on it. I would.
I'm sure you would have a field day.
I would like.
Would you go on as being the person being pursued or you pursuing?
I would go on both.
Really?
Yeah.
You'd be in competition with other women for a man?
Yep. I'll do both.
You think you'd be able to win?
I don't know. Maybe. I have a good personality, so I'm pretty funny.
Yes, but it's more than just that.
And I'm gorgeous, so.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying. Okay, so I know it's a little off subject. How do women feel when you're matched up against other women who are similar?
Feel like there's competition.
You know what I'm saying? Where people can pick from. Like, what makes y'all stand out?
I probably wouldn't go on The Bachelor because I wouldn't want to kiss everybody, and that's gross. Like kissing too many people. Like I wouldn't. If I was the person who was actually, like the girl who, and they had to come after me, I probably wouldn't want to do that. Maybe. I'm just thinking. Let me think about it.
No, do the men be trying to kiss the girls? The girl.
Mm-hmm.
She be kissing multiple men.
Yes.
I'm not at the same time or whatever, but still. Do they? I wonder if they check people for STDs and all that.
You have to. Like you have to. You have to go through a whole history of slew of stuff. Like you can't have any kind of crazy medical conditions. Obviously, obviously no STDs. No, they check your history about how you work. Can't be no bums out here. Like what kind of job you got, what kind of security you got, stuff like that. Because if you think about it, if you're gonna be marrying someone, like you at least gotta leave, take care of them. Not really take care of them, but you have to have the financial means. They vet your family, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, they got the resources to be able to do all that. But still, I just don't.
Well, I know for The Bachelor. Now for Love Is Blind, I don't know if they really do that so much. But yeah, I would do that show. I will do those shows. I think it would be fun.
I don't think it wouldn't be an issue of me doing the show. I just wouldn't trust.
Well, you would have to. That's how you got to. But that's the same way. That's the same way of just online dating, because you have to get to know that person. Is that person,
Yes, but the online dating isn't, again, being televised to where that gets in, and you have all these other components, right? Online dating is more one-to-one type of situation. You eventually meet up or whatever. You ain't got no producer in your ear, or you ain't got like a vehicle of where you can use it to catapult your brand and all that stuff. So your motives, you know what I'm saying, are different. Like I wouldn't trust nobody. I wouldn't trust no woman.
Well, then that show wouldn't be for you. Then you couldn't do it.
Like it's the same thing with the whole balloon pop thing. I don't even like that.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, I think it's like it's very shallow.
It really is.
To eliminate people just off of
the way they look.
That and well, I understand. You know what I'm saying. I'm not saying that you, because we all got a preference, right? Which is fine. But the reasons that they give, like, oh, I don't like your belt didn't match your hat. So I mean, if you're that shallow or whatever, then it says a lot about your character. Yeah. And for a guy, absolutely. I'm like, you dodged the bullet. And I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying, I'm sure there's a lot of shallow things that dudes do from when they're trying, you know what I'm saying, when the woman is being put up as, like, you know what I'm saying, the quote-unquote prize. Yeah, I just think all that stuff is shallow. I just can't, I can't see myself doing it.
Out of all the shows, I would do Love Is Blind. I would. because I don't know what they look like. And I'm getting to know that person for them without.
What do you think the
seeing them.
outcome would be, though? If you was on Love and Blind, what do you think the outcome
Well,
would
the outcome is you're supposed to marry that person. That's the outcome.
be? You think you would end up doing that?
I probably would if I really, like, if I fell in love with that person, I fell in love with their personality, and I really got to know that person. The whole intent of the
You don't really get to know
show,
that person, though. That's the thing.
How do you know that? Have you watched the show?
No, but I can just
No, you
tell.
think you can't. You can't
Okay,
you
look,
gotta
again,
watch the show.
At the end of the day, it's on television.
Yes, it is on television.
So that discredits everything.
No, that's not true.
Yes, it does.
Because there's
The
a
only
whole bunch of
thing-
couples on who has been on the show,
Mm-hmm.
and they're still together and they're still married
Okay, how many people have they had on the show that actually got married and
stayed married.
stayed married?
Like, I want to say at least
Out of all the people participating on the show.
out of all the, because in the end you have the choice. In the end, you have the choice to say, is love truly blind? Would you rather be with this person or no? In the end, so when you walk down the aisle. So in the end,
Okay, again, this is all what they filmed and what they're showing us.
Yes.
We don't know how many people they done ran through, it didn't work out, or it
yeah,
didn't
they do
make
show
good.
you. Yeah, they do
No,
show
no,
you.
no, no. What I'm saying, okay, so when production is being, when you're shooting stuff, right? You're not just filming one thing. You're filming a multitude of things.
Yeah.
Then when they're having their meetings, they're like, okay, which one of these would make great television? They'll pick from those. Let's say if they film 10 different couples going through that same experience, only one of them airs, right?
No.
I'm just saying.
Oh, okay.
Okay, like I don't know how many do they show.
I want to say they show at least, I want to say 10 couples.
Okay, I'm sure they filmed 100.
Yeah, they don't film 100. I think I want to say.
Do you know the production budget?
No, I'm just saying they don't film 100, but that's how the show goes.
No, again.
No, you have to watch the show. You have to watch the show.
You're watching it from a consumer's end.
Yeah.
I'm talking to you from a perspective of the creative end. There is no way they will find 10 couples that will end up being the couples put together on television for it to have a great outcome for television in ratings, because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. That's a 100% batting or 1,000% batting average. There's no way they're filming. No, what I'm saying, we don't know what they like. Okay, there's thousands upon hours of television that we don't get. We're not privy to. That we don't even know what happens.
But in the end, you have, I want to say, out of the 10 couples, maybe 3 of them actually walk down the aisle and say I do, out of the 10.
Okay, and then of those 3, probably 1 set stays married.
I follow all of them who actually stayed married.
So every single couple that walked down the aisle and got married has stayed married. And how many people, you said out of 10 only 3 walks, so they only got a 30% connection rate then. 70% don't walk down the aisle.
So, well, they walk down the aisle, but then they say, no, you're not for me.
Okay, again, they don't get married.
No, they don't get married. Yeah.
So they only got a 30% success rate.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it would be even less if we included the ones that didn't even make television. Just like if people try out for American Idol and all that, you don't get to see the thousands upon thousands of people that are trying out. You only get to see the ones they want to show you that are like it's in the stages of development for the production. It's the first. Let's show the crowd and all that, and show all the participants, or at least get a good aerial shots and blah blah blah, and show all these people come in. There's 1,000 people that come in. They there for hundreds of hours or whatever every day. That's what they're doing until they dwindle down. The ones that need to make it on to the next part or whatever. But they're not showing you all the people. They're just showing you all the stuff that would stand out for television purposes. So it makes the success rate even shorter, even smaller. That's what I'm saying. I still don't trust. At the end of the day,
I will participate. I would.
That's you. Hey, to each their own. I just don't,
You don't trust it? Well, that's okay. That's
don't.
why you're not gonna be on the show, and I'll be on the show, and I found my forever husband.
You gonna find your forever husband? I'll make sure I write to him. Hey, here's the candidate right here. Kat said she want to come on. And she's gonna walk down that aisle. And she's gonna find somebody.
That's right. But no, on all seriousness, I will participate. Because I like the idea of that.
Mm-hmm.
To not knowing that person and just get to know that person just for who they are as a individual without looking at them.
So have you ever had a situation in your life where you was able to do that?
No.
I'm trying to think if I ever like had a blind date or a blind interaction or anything like that. I did when I was in college. I was talking to a chick that I didn't get to meet in person because she was in a different state, and we had like a connection because I did like her personality. But I'm like, it didn't work out. You know, due to what was the reasons? Oh, she was found someone or whatever, and I was like, you know, I knew the odds. You know what I'm saying, were not in my favor.
Yeah.
You know, as the was the Hunger Games.
Well, one, you guys are in different states.
Exactly.
Two, you didn't go to the same college.
Yeah. And then, you know, there was no FaceTime then also.
No.
Or nothing like that. So you couldn't really, like, you know what I'm saying, demand to see somebody or whatever. Because, again, just like, you know, Love is Blind or whatever, online dating, you know, and people can present themselves one way and then when you meet them in person, they're another.
They may look
I had a couple of catfish.
Hyenas.
Huh?
They may look like a hyena.
Yeah, they do. I mean, that's both ways too, though. Men and women. There be some dudes who be lying, saying that they 6 foot tall, and they meet them in person, they 5'8". That stuff be hilarious. But have you
ever been catfished?
Yeah, a couple times.
Yeah? That sucks.
Yeah, sucks for them.
Yeah.
I ain't the type of person who.
So, did they look like themselves at all? What they presented on the photo?
They presented their best selves on the photo, and you know what I'm saying, that photo was old.
Oh, so they did an older photo.
Yeah, I
It'd
think
be like on Friday.
That's lying.
You said you like Janet Jackson, not Jesse Jackson.
But that's the thing, though. You know, people. At the end of the day, people know what they look like. So I think, you know what I'm saying, you should be lying, because that's lying. To me, that's lying.
Yeah.
You put up an old photo and you don't no longer look like that. You know that you don't look like that.
Where my photos were recent. All mine.
What's
within
recent?
that year, like within that same year.
Oh, within 2024.
Yeah.
Even the one with the red dress. That's a 2024.
That was like in, cause I went to a wedding.
Must have been in the beginning.
No. I think it was in May. Was it?
I don't know.
Let me think. No, it was. Maybe 2023. Maybe. I don't remember.
Yeah, I think that was 2023. So.
Dad, why you saying like that?
I'm just saying, you said 2024, so you know that's older than 2023.
Wait.
2023 is older than 2024.
I know, but let me look at that picture. I can tell you exactly when.
So I was like, you know.
So
I'm like, you look better in your other pictures than that one.
Whatever. I thought it was cute.
Yeah, I told you that if all of the pictures I saw, whatever, that one really didn't do it for me.
No. That one. No, that was 2023.
See. Yeah, it didn't do it for me.
Whatever. I look cute.
Okay, that's good. You can think you look cute, but it didn't do it for me. That wasn't the picture. Not for me.
Which one was it? Which one? What picture was like, oh, she's cute?
I think you was in your car. It wasn't the pictures. I call it C from, like, you know, mid chest up, whatever, something like that.
Oh, maybe. Okay, I know that. That one was a little older. That was like maybe like.
And how your pictures recent?
Yeah, the other one was. It's like 2 of them wasn't. The other ones were.
See, again, you sitting there catfishing.
I was catfishing.
I'm like, you said they recent. That's not recent.
So yeah.
Recent is recent. I would say within. I could take a year.
So out of the 4, like I think I had like 6 or 7 or 8 photos on there. I think there was 2 that wasn't like in the last year. 2. That was it. The other ones were recent.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not catfishing, I guess. Or I guess of people lying on their profiles and stuff like that. So you ain't been catfish before?
No.
Oh, you just don't take them chances, huh?
No, I've never been.
That's great. I guess it's great not to experience that. There's some extreme catfish stories out there though. When people be sending money and everything, I ain't never seen in person. I just couldn't.
Yeah, like did you ever seen the show Catfish, right?
Yeah.
Like I could never. I don't
know what.
Like how do you not FaceTime somebody or have that? Yeah, you have a connection with somebody, but then you're sending them money. You've never seen them, never talked to them on the phone. All you do is chat and text. Get the F out of here. Like, come on.
But now. I think it's a thing where people prey on other people's vulnerabilities. Think about it. If you're not used to getting attention and stuff like that, then someone, quote unquote, shows you attention. Yeah. And then that becomes your world.
Yeah.
So I ain't never had that problem, but
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It just is what it is. We all know what our own stock is in this world. And some people, what I'm saying, have it better than others. And there's some uglies out there. Go ahead, say it. Say it.
Who's uglies?
Huh?
Where's uglies is out here? Who?
There's a lot of uglies.
Yeah, there are. To each his own.
See, again, there she go.
Everybody, there's somebody for somebody.
Don't hurt nobody's feelings.
No, there's always somebody for somebody. Like, you can't say that. There's always somebody for somebody.
That's actually technically not true if you're talking about a heterosexual
There's
couple.
there's always somebody for somebody.
No, there's not, because there's more women than men.
I know, but what you...
No. You can't just dismiss a scientific number that says that there are more women in this world than there are men. That's not
what I mean by that.
No, I know what you mean by that, but there is not always somebody for someone if we're talking about heterosexual relationships. Now, if you want to talk about same sex and all that and couple that in, it throws the numbers off even more.
But listen,
there's not somebody out there for somebody. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people. A lot of y'all out there are going to die alone, and you're not going to have nobody. Just accept the fact. The facts are facts.
No. What you may find not attractive, someone else will. So that's not fair to say.
From a numerical standpoint, the data is there. Actually, it's even more pressing now that they say women between 25 to 44 or something like that, half of them will be single.
But I'm not saying that. Not even that.
So it's not somebody out there for someone else. That does not exist. That's a fairy tale concept that society is selling y'all.
But all I am saying is what you may find not attractive, somebody may find attractive.
Yes, ugly people should be with ugly people.
Oh my Lanta.
What? They should. Actually, I want to say
come on now.
There was this social experiment
done. Wait. Come on now.
What?
I don't want to say. Don't
want to say what?
I don't want to say.
I'm like, we all go through a point in life, a time where we do our own community service to the world. And I've done my community service. But here lately, no. I have risen and stuck to my standards that I know that I have. And I'm sorry. I have a preference and I have a standard. I'm not dealing with others.
Not saying you did my community service.
I did my community service. What are you talking about? I did a long bid. You did
20 years?
Yeah. I did a bid, 2 bids. And life taught me lessons and stuff like that. But I always knew, you know what I'm saying, like I used to have people that would look and give looks. And they'd be like, confusing, huh? How did that end up? Hey, you said what?
That's not nice.
Life isn't nice. Life isn't nice.
Life is not nice, but
life is not nice.
That's not nice.
Life isn't nice, so again, you say what some people think they all this and that in a bag of chips, so It's their
But you know,
opinion.
I just say, look, to each his own. And what you may find attractive, or you may not find attractive, may not be for you, and vice versa. What you find attractive may not be for that person.
Yeah. But,
Like
going back to your thing,
like
though,
for-
what you said, that there's somebody out there for someone, that is
Yeah.
not a true statement. The data won't support that.
I'm not saying everybody's going to be single for the rest of their life, because that may be the case. But what I am saying is, what you find attractive, somebody may not, or what you don't find attractive, somebody may find attractive. I think to each his own. That's what I.
If you're 3, stay with 3s and 4s. If you're 7, play with 7s and 8s or whatever. You know what I'm saying? If you're 9 and 10, play with 9 and 10s.
What levels? I already know.
I'm a 15, so you know. What?
You're 15?
Yeah, even on my bad day. I'm a 15.
I love that about you.
Yeah.
I'm glad you think of yourself like that.
I've been like that my entire life, though. I'm like, you saw them pictures.
You was cute back in the day.
First of all, the way you said that make you feel like I'm not cute now, but we gon'.
No, you're cute now. Absolutely.
I'm just saying, like, talking back in the day, like it just stopped. Like my cuteness just stopped.
No, you were like, when you were a kid, like when you were a teenager, I probably like would have hollered at you.
Yeah, see?
I was like, oh wow, he's really cute. Okay.
And I got that a lot. You know, younger, older, it didn't matter. You see, and that's the thing about when you know you good, look good and stuff like that, you attract like a lot of different, you know what I'm saying, age groups and stuff like that. Even other, you know what I'm saying, same sex and stuff like that. I've had, you know, other dudes hit on me or whatever. What?
I know, that's gotta be weird.
It is, but you know, as you mature and stuff like that, you be like, you know, appreciate it, thank you, but you know, I don't swing that way. Just like, you know, you've had women hit on you.
All the time.
Exactly. So, this is what it is. You know what I'm saying? When you
like in front of like my spouse, they give no ifs.
Well, you know, that's a whole nother thing. We talk about how vicious women are versus the guys.
Women don't give two shits. They don't care. Like, women don't care at all.
I think because they're a woman, I think
that's what it is. It's allowed. I think that's what it is.
Standard.
Yeah, it's more of a less like, there's you. They don't even care. They don't care. Women don't care.
Some woman kind of hit on me and everything in front of you. What you doing?
What you doing? That's the thing. What? Nope. Nope. What you doing? That's the thing.
Ain't got nothing.
Why? That's like, obviously, if it's like, you know, you're an attractive guy, and then she hit on you in front of me, that ain't got nothing to do with me. That has something to do with you.
I'm saying I can't just go around beating every bitch.
Why would you smack somebody for that?
I mean, the disrespectful.
No.
The disrespect you got.
Nope.
Strong.
Nah, it ain't that serious. I ain't hit nobody over that, because it ain't that crazy.
No, I'll politely send her your way.
Yeah. All right, come on, let's go to the other room. You know, he said no, so.
No, I tell her, like, hey, go talk to her and go see what Coach says. That's what I tell her. Go see what the coach says.
Yeah.
Like I said, like, hold on, we gotta talk to my boss. Let's go.
So if a guy came up to me and was trying to holler, what would you do?
Oh, I'd beat that nigga ass right then and there.
You ain't beating nobody up for that.
Why not?
No, because that's not necessary. That's like not necessary.
Yes, it is. Because he thought you know what I'm saying, was all that. You got to show him. Nigga, you ain't all that.
I wouldn't want you fighting people. That's crazy.
It's defending the honor. It's like the 1800s and stuff. Like, we about to have a duel.
Nah, that's serious.
But wow, so I'm supposed to be disrespected?
No, I don't want you to be disrespected. But there's a way they could be like, or that's what I say. You have to leave it up to me. And it's like, nah, chill. Like, I'm good. So it also too, it depends on the disrespect, the type of, like, if she's
the level
like,
of disrespect,
the level, the type.
Yeah. I'm saying just for a dude. So first of all, this is how dudes operate. Most dudes already know. You know what I'm saying? That's been given life experience in the right way. That ain't even, you know what I'm saying? You don't even go that route because we 0 to 100 real quick, right? Just as being a dude.
Some women are 0 to 100.
Yeah, but again, women get a pass because they're women. You know what I'm saying? You just can't be beating up every woman. But dudes, though, you know what I'm saying? Because we're thrown away in society and all that stuff, whatever. We have this, and then we're, you know what I'm saying? We're primal to our, you know, by default. So for a man to walk up to another situation where he know, you know what I'm saying, they're an item, or at least they're acting like they're an item, right? And to be disrespectful and hit on the chick in front of the dude, that's you saying like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Come and like stomp me out type, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm that dude. I ain't never had no dude do that. But if some dude would, oh, it's a wrap. I don't think you'll be able to say anything real quick.
No.
Because my first thing is to react.
I guess it depends on the level. It just depends on it depends on the level.
There's no level to that. That's just straight up disrespect. Disrespect is disrespect at the end of the day. I'm like, I'm not gonna take that.
Yeah.
I'm not taking any form of disrespect. Because at the end of the day, all I got is my word and my balls. That's it. That's how we operate. So for another man, I'm telling you, ask all the other men that be in my life and stuff like that, and the ones I hang out with and blah, blah, blah. That I'll tell you, there's a certain unwritten rule that we live by. And that's like one of them. If you bold enough to do that, then whatever comes after that is on you. It's just like, you know what I'm saying, if you go into somebody's house or whatever, you're going to get shot. Without them knowing, they don't know you coming in, you not, you know what I'm saying, they think you robbing, you threatening them. So, whatever happens, happens. I just ain't gonna, I wouldn't do that to no dude just because, one, I don't want it done to me, but you don't know what another person would do. You know what I'm saying? As you learn in life, and you know, have these experiences and, you know, yada yada yada. It's the unknown that is the most dangerous.
Yes.
And when you don't know, that's when you get caught off guard. You get caught slipping.
So we went through like 18 different subjects. So at the end of the day,
yeah, I wouldn't do no dating show.
I am going on a dating show. That's not what I would do.
Well, I would go on a show, but I just wouldn't trust it. It's hilarious you go on the show though.
I would.
That would be very interesting to see you on the show.
Yep. I'm going on the show, Andreas.
Oh, you telling me you're going on the show?
Going on the show.
All right, you go on the show, you kissing people and stuff like that. We're gonna have issues. I'm gonna let you know. No, I'm gonna call you that day when it air or whatever, because it done filmed.
For the team.
I'm not taking one for the team. Your ass getting left. I'm not going through that. You ain't finna embarrass me like that.
No, but if I was like, if I'm telling you, like, I would do it. Like, why not?
But that's your sense of adventure. It's cool.
That's what it is.
I guess you gotta get rid of me to go on the show.
I think they don't take people who are 40 and then turning 21. Maybe, you know. Because I am turning 21 next month.
You're gonna be 21 next month. Right, so Kat said she would do the show, you know what I'm saying, under, you know, the circumstances. If she went out here, you know what I'm saying, being with someone.
Who am I with?
Who you with?
Who am I with?
Who you with?
Mysterious.
I really don't care for those shows.
We're gonna watch it. We're gonna binge watch it.
Well, I'll watch it.
We're gonna watch it.
I just don't trust the shows just because of the way they're set up. So y'all let us know. Y'all could follow the page, comment, email, all that good stuff. Subscribe, share the content. You know, follow the pages and all that good stuff or whatever. And if y'all have any suggestions, send them in.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that. Maybe they can suggest topics that they would like us to discuss. Are we all over the place when we talk? Asking for a friend.
I'm like, it comes back around, so you know, hey, it is what it is. I don't like really like put together shows like that or whatever that seem like you gotta go from A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Because they be all boring or whatever. I mean, that's not how life is. Life will take you in all these different stuff. But anyway, y'all keep tuning in, keep subscribing, and supporting.
Bye.